Welcome, everybody. We're back again. The Next Man Up Sportscast crew. We haven't gone away. Not yet. We haven't really gone away yet. But today is me, Chooch, and my brother Mandy with you. Of course, my co-host. And we're going to get into a couple of different things today. We got a really exciting guest for you guys later on in the show. You might learn a thing or two. I was actually, really paying attention this time. Not that I wasn't to everybody else, but I was actually really paying attention this time. But I'm going to get into our first topic here. Our first topic, of course, is the World Series, the Dodgers versus the Rays. And I know I got a ton of Angelinos listening to this show. So like I said last time, right? Hold on, right? I gave Dave Roberts the key to get the Dodgers back out of that 3-1 hole. He obviously listens to the show, and lo and behold, Dodgers came back from that 3-1 deficit, won that series. I was very proud to see them win. But I'm gonna talk about how each team wins the series. I don't know if there's any Rays fans out there listening, but if you are, I'm gonna tell you how your team wins. And I'm gonna tell Dodger fans how they win, which is I know what you guys are really excited for. First thing that I have on here, the Dodgers, and this is kind of like you're gonna say, oh, it's obvious, whatever. No, it's not that obvious. The Dodgers have to play mistake-free baseball.
Oh,
The
you're
Ra-
right. You're right. That's actually very not obvious. Yeah.
so
Wow.
so here's what I'm saying.
Wow.
A team like the Yankees can make a lot of mistakes in the game and has the offensive firepower to come back and win. So they don't have to play mistake-free baseball to win, but they have to limit mistakes. The Dodgers have to play mistake-free baseball. And I'm going to tell you why that's different, okay? The Rays are are a team that capitalizes on your mistakes. That's what they do. That's how they win ball games. You miss a pitch in an area, they don't miss it. They hit home runs. They don't foul those balls off. They hit home runs. So the Dodgers have to try to limit their mistakes as much as possible to beat the Rays. That's how you're going to beat them. They have to hit starting pitching. They've had trouble in the past hitting really good starting pitching. Everybody does, yes, but the Dodgers have to hit the Rays starting pitching, get into the Rays bullpen early because early on the Rays will use their B guys. Those are the guys the Dodgers need to jump on like they did in game 1. The Rays have a great bullpen though, so their really good bullpen guys are still tough, which is why the Dodgers got to hit that starting pitching early. The next one, and this might not be one of those things that's obvious because they're a really good offensive team. The Dodgers have to play great defense, not good defense. They have to play great defense. You saw them beat the Braves with a lot of defensive plays. Mookie Betts pulling back a home run. Mookie Betts on the wall. Justin Turner making the most heads of play I've seen on a line drive. So they have got to do things like that to win, to beat the Rays. And the last thing, they have to take their walks. They have to take their walks, get that pitch count up, and minimize the strikeouts. Make the Rays get outs because I'll tell you, the Rays don't have a great defense. They really don't. They have a good defense, not a great defense. Make the Rays get the Dodgers out, take those walks, minimize those strikeouts, and the Dodgers will win the game. I promise you this.
Let me just say that what you just dropped, with the knowledge that you just dropped, everybody knows.
It's not that obvious.
You just
It's not
described
that
Dodger
obvious.
baseball the whole season. The Dodgers take walks. The Dodgers see pitches. The Dodgers get into teams' bullpens. The Dodgers always play good defense. The Dodgers do all the stuff you said. The
So,
Dodgers
so,
always do.
so yes, you're right. They do. But did they do that 3 games against Atlanta, or did they not do that 3 games against
No,
Atlanta?
they did it 4 games against Atlanta, hence why they won the series.
I'm saying, but they didn't do it for those 3 games that put them on the ropes. So if the Dodgers will do that, they will. They'll. If
Yeah.
they don't do these things, they'll lose. That's what
They
I'm trying to say.
they they did it 40 times out of 60 in the regular season, and they did it 4 out of 7 in against Atlanta.
Right.
The
And this
Dodgers
is
know what they gotta do. You
and this is the World Series, and it's different. I'll tell you, it's just different.
let's call it
So I'm gonna move on to the
the
Rays.
Mark Notes of Dodgers baseball.
I'm gonna move on to the Rays because hopefully somebody will appreciate that because if you're a Dodger fan, you're watching those games and you see the Dodgers not doing those things, and then you see them lose like they're probably gonna do today, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, they probably should do those things, right? Okay, moving on to the Rays. Moving on to the Rays. So the way that the Rays win, like I said earlier, they gotta capitalize on all those Dodger mistakes. That's how the Rays beat you. That's how they beat the Yankees. That's how they beat the Astros. That's how they beat the Blue Jays earlier this year. That's how they are built. They got to work the Dodger pitch count early and often, get into the Dodgers early bullpen guys like you saw them having success today against, Dustin May, who's not a bullpen guy, but they got him in there maybe a little bit earlier than they would have wanted to, Floro and Gonzalez. Moving on, and then there's they have to get length out of their starters. So against the Yankees, they let the bullpen throw a lot of innings, and that got them through those against the Yankees. But they need their starters like Glasnow, Yarbrough, Snell, Charlie Morton to go deep into ball games to take the pressure off of their early bullpen to get into their late bullpen. And the Rays have got to, and I know this one sounds a little obvious, but they have to capitalize and hit the long ball. That's the only way the Rays have been winning ball games in the playoffs. They've hit the most home runs in the playoffs out of any team. Yes, more than your Dodgers. They have now, I believe, 29 home runs in the postseason. So the Rays definitely have to get the long ball going. Now, the reason that this series is so interesting to me, both of these teams are built very similarly.
Oh yeah.
But okay, the Dodgers they're both the same model car. Okay, here's my analogy. I used this earlier today. Both the same model car, but the Dodgers have like the really nice road tires. They have like the huge turbo engine, all that stuff, right? The Rays don't. They have the base model, right? And that's why the Dodgers have the advantage in this series, because their payroll is higher, they're built with better parts, things like that. But the way that the Rays win is if the guy inside the car driving it does a better job. So I think they're built very similarly, with their GMs having a lot of history, things like that, with Friedman coming from the Rays organization. So they know each other well. But at the end of the day, I think the Dodgers' talent is going to actually lead them to the wins here. And if they follow my keys, if they follow the keys here.
What you said about how the Dodgers are going to win the series and how the Rays are going to win the series, I'm going to sum it up in 12 seconds. You ready? Dodgers, impose your will on the Rays. Use your talent, impose your will. Because both teams play the same. For the Rays to win, all they got to do is basically keep doing what they did against the Yankees. Play that spoiler role, play hard, overachieve, whatever. Dodgers, they should win the series, impose your will, case closed, move on.
If only it was that simple, right? Mandy would be a GM in baseball. But topic number 2, Mandy. So let's put your GM hat on, since you love having it on. Apparently, it takes 12 seconds to win a baseball game. But put your GM hat on. So in the NFL, there's a lot of teams in really good position right now and in the future to be successful. And there's some teams that are not in very good position right now with contracts, cap hits, things like that, now and in the future. One of those teams that I have on the list here is the Dallas Cowboys. Now, Mandy, you tell me, are they in a good position to win now and in the future, or are they in a bad position?
They're in a horrible position to win now and in the future. And, I mean, it's a debacle what's going on in Dallas. I just read yesterday that there's reports coming out that the Cowboys have lost faith in their coaches, that they believe that there are the coaches are not prepared.
After 6 games.
That they're not prepared, that there's no adjustments, that they're getting out-coached. And that's not a good look, especially for an NFL team. Players should be saying that about their coaches after you fired the coach that's been there for like 8 years, or whatever his name was, the guy he's the OC for the Giants now.
Yeah, no, I know exactly who you're talking about. I can't think of his name right now. He's a ginger.
Yeah, so he's gone, and now you have this whole new coach, Mike McCarthy, and you have the same OC, the ex-quarterback from Boise State, right? He's there.
Yeah, Kellen Moore.
Yes, it looks like the Cowboys, the players, have lost faith in their coaches, and that's just the start. Let me fix my hat real quick. That's my GM hat. I don't like it. That was just the start. Okay. Now, I mean, we saw Andy. Presently, we saw what Andy. I was a huge fan of Andy Dalton. I thought he was going to take the keys from Dak, and he was going to go ahead and save the season for the Cowboys.
He didn't play that bad, though. He really didn't. I don't know what game you were watching, but the Zeke fumbles to me is what really killed the Cowboys.
And Dalton interception.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit later in the game. I thought he had the Cowboys playing well early. I really did. I thought he managed the game well, let the defense do what they had to do. But I hear what you're saying.
The defense sucked.
Yeah, the defense. Well, they forced 2 punts in the first 2 drives.
Yeah.
But
So I mean,
what I wanted to bring up with the Cowboys is that they have some really bad contracts. You want to pay for guys who are talented, but they're overpaying for Zeke. They're overpaying for Amari Cooper, and Dak is like a $31 million hit on the cap this year because they franchise tagged him. So moving forward, this kind of sucks for Dak because they're gonna obviously. I think they want to ink him to a long-term deal, but with COVID, you have less revenue, so they're probably gonna want to pay him less, especially with the injury. That's not gonna be good for Dak. They're paying that offensive line a lot of money. They're paying their best defender Byron Smith's probably gonna go to another team this year. Van Der Esch, they're probably not gonna have enough money to pay him moving forward.
and well, no, I think they will because he's just playing. He's underwhelming this year. He got hurt in the first game against the Rams. He came back yesterday and just looked bad. I think he got hurt again in the game this week. That Cowboys defense is pretty bad, man.
It's rough. So yeah, I agree with you. I think they're in a terrible position, especially money wise. Jerry Jones is the richest owner, but he's not going to overspend when he doesn't feel confident. He's not.
You know what I saw? I saw a stat today on watching ESPN in the morning before I went to work. You know that there's actually a pretty good percentage that the winning team of the NFC East could have 4 wins.
4 wins, yeah. I think it'll be
12.
I think it'll be closer to 6, but 4 wins is very likely. Yeah, I agree.
Wow.
I think the Eagles jump out with the win against the Jets this weekend. That's sad.
Who's in first place? Who's in first place in the NFC East right now?
The Cowboys are still in first.
What's the record?
2-3, I think.
2-4.
2-3 or 2-4. Yeah, it's one of those. It's pretty bad.
But they're in first place.
Yeah.
By themselves.
Yep. But I think that tie with Philadelphia, I think they get back in it. And honestly, I think Philadelphia ends up winning that conference just because they're getting healthy. But another team, the Minnesota Vikings, I think they're in a really bad position to win now and in the future. They just extended Kirk Cousins, which I don't understand why. I don't get it, Vikings fans. I don't get it, Vikings GM. I just don't. He's one of those guys, yes, you think he's not going to lose you the game. He's a game manager, things like that. But then he goes out and plays Atlanta, one of the worst teams in the league, and throws 3 picks. And he's Kirk Cousins. He's not the guy who's going to win you ball games. And you thought with the Vikings defense that he couldn't lose you games either. Oh, he's been losing them games. And then they paid Dalvin Cook, which, again, I love when people pay running backs. I do. But, again, it doesn't leave you much room to improve on that team. And they let a lot of defenders walk on that team. Everson Griffin, Danielle Hunter. Guys aren't there anymore. Those are great defenders. They lost Stephon Diggs because he doesn't like Kirk Cousins because he's not a good quarterback.
And now he's blowing up in Buffalo, right?
And now he's playing his lights out over there. And then what's going to happen? They're going to have to pay these other receivers like Thielen and Justin Jefferson, who they just drafted. The Vikings are in a tough position here to win now and in the future. And in that division, man, I just don't see it for the Vikings here and in the near future. They need to get rid of some bad contracts and start the rebuild now.
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. Another team here, Mandy. I'm going to let you go ahead and talk about this one first because it's easy for me. I know what I'm going to say. But the Las Vegas Raiders, are they in a good position to win now and in the future? And
all of a sudden, the Raiders beat the Kansas City Chiefs. All the Raiders fans are coming out of the gutters.
I've been here, baby. I've been here.
Yeah. Oh, my God, we beat the Chiefs. Look at us. We're destined to win in the future.
That's a big win. Big win.
Pump your brakes.
So tell me, okay, so are they built to win here and in the future? Yes or no?
Yes, they are.
Why?
Okay, well, look, they found their tight end, who was a stud.
Came off of a Minnesota Vikings practice squad, so he's not getting paid that much.
Stud, and then you got Derek Carr.
He's only making $20 million a year right now. That is a bargain at the quarterback position.
And that's what Kirk Cousins should be making.
Yes.
Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr,
his brother was David.
Whatever. No one cares. He's a Raider. No one cares. It's right there. That's where he should be made at. But who I like from the Raiders, who I absolutely love, is Josh Jacobs.
Oh man, Balkel back. He's a Gruden guy.
He's a stud, man. I love Josh Jacobs. And I like John Gruden. He's a player's coach. He's not afraid of getting your butt, tell you what it is. But at the same time, he's gonna love you, and he's gonna show you compassion. And he's gonna put you in the best position to succeed. but only if you're willing to work hard. So,
and I think that's another piece on why the Raiders are built to win now and in the future. They got all those rookie deals and all these guys are playing well, and they got Gruden locked up for 10 years.
And correct me, is Jack Del Rio the D coordinator?
No, he's actually the D coordinator in Washington with Riverboat Ron over there.
Yeah,
but
Rivera.
Paul Gunther is the D coordinator. I'm shaky on that guy, but I mean, give him some time. I'm sure he'll create something there. But they got Gruden locked up for 10 years. They got Mike Mayock joined the team, and man, he has really not missed on his picks. So I love what the Raiders are doing. I think they're built to win now and in the future. Another
thing you want to add as to why they're going to be built for the future, 2 things. Okay, they moved out of California. They went to Nevada, right? That state tax is going to be a little lower now.
Free agent destination,
baby.
Yep.
Beautiful, state-of-the-art facility.
Who doesn't want to live and play in Vegas? Come on.
Right?
That's a good move for them. Yeah. Another team I really think is headed in the right direction, and finally, after so long, the Miami Dolphins. I love what they're doing in Miami, man. I really do. I don't necessarily agree with letting Tua start yet.
Thank you.
I don't. I liked the way Ryan Fitzpatrick had that team working. He came off of 2 23-point wins.
Did you hear what he said today?
Yeah, he was bummed. And that's
what did he say? What was the thing that I remember from the
quote? That hurt him. That hurt his heart.
His heart was
heartbroken. Yeah, he's heartbroken.
He's been cut before. He's played for half of the NFL teams, and he said, "This hurt the most." I thought
this was my
team.
Yeah.
Finally, I have a team. This is my team, and to be honest, it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I didn't see it coming at all.
What the heck?
So what I think that why the Dolphins made this move is they see guys like Burrow, they see guys like Herbert having an immediate impact, and they think they got the best guy out of the 3. So why not let him make an impact early? I don't agree with it. I think you let Fitzpatrick go, and he's 3-3 right now. And I guess the move to Tua is because the Dolphins think they got something going here, and I agree they do. But they've built their team through the draft, man, and that's really why I like the Dolphins. They've done so much through the draft.
Last year, people were on this coach. I think he's the African American coach, right?
Brian Flores, yeah.
Flores, yeah. And people were on him last year because all the moves they made. He released a lot of players. They traded away a lot of guys. But see, he got his players in.
Exactly.
I'll agree with that. So when you said that the Dolphins are a team set for the future, they really are, because Flores has this organization running on his schedule in terms of his organization, his players. He got rid of all the bad apples.
Exactly.
His guys.
And that's how you have to do it. Yes. That's how you have to do it.
And they're winning. The Dolphins, the last 10 years, after 6 games, one of the Dolphins ever had 3 wins.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Right? But I don't know. As much as I like Tua, I think this is a bad choice. I would have kept Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, I can't really disagree with you too much on this one. I love Tua. I think he's gonna be great. I think he really should have came out second year, and really taken that team over and
learn behind Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, I mean. And he might not be the ideal guy you think learning behind, but he's got a lot to teach. You know what I mean? And he went to Harvard, really smart guy. So Tua, I think it's a little early for him. I think it's okay though. I think the Dolphins will be fine. They have another point on them being set up for the future is they have so much cap space, and it's Miami. What free agent doesn't want to go live and play in Miami?
No state tax.
No state tax. They got LeBron. I think they'll get a couple more guys here buying into that Flores, guys who just love football. So, those are some of the teams we think are headed in the right direction. Some teams that are headed in the wrong direction. Another team I would add, I don't want to talk about them too much because it just kind of makes me mad, but the Houston Texans definitely headed in the wrong direction. I'm just going to leave it at that. But coming on the show with us next, we got our guest interview. Something really special and unique for you guys. And one of the biggest elements we talk about is sports betting, right? We got our guy, Max Sherman. He's coming on the show with us from MZ Sports Betting. He's a guy who's what's called a handicapper. He picks games, sends them out to people on monthly subscriptions, weekly subscriptions, things like that. Him and his team.
Job. This is his 9 to 5 job.
This is his 9 to 5. He's a professional. He gets paid on it. He has a team of guys working with him. They study lines. They study injuries. They study all the things that you and I don't want to do, they study all that stuff and then feed those good picks into their clients.
Think
And
that we have regular jobs because we're not good handicappers.
no, we definitely would have when you seen our lock of the week records. But and with that, we're gonna take the reins away from Mandy for this week, and we're gonna let Max go ahead and give us his lock and his underdog of the week. These are usually paid subscriptions, people. Take advantage of them. Follow Max on IG, and definitely ride these picks this week. So let's bring on my guy Max. Yes, so joining us today on the Next Man Up Sportscast, we got Max Sherman, very good handicapper. You know, one of these guys that we met through Instagram, and he's one of those guys that's just gonna hit every week, and he's gonna get you to the money every single week. We got him joining us today. How's it going today, Max?
Good, good. How are you guys?
Oh, we're doing good, man. We're doing good. I think we're gonna be doing better after your lock and underdog, man. But how did you get into this business, man? How did you get into this? How long you been doing it?
Yeah, so I started a while ago, man, back in high school, to be honest with you. 8, 9 years ago. Always loved sports, always been addicted to watching sports. Then betting on sports, man. I mean, how can you not watch a baseball game that you have no interest in? You put a little bit of money on it. Next thing you know, you're like invested in the game, and now you have adrenaline running in the sixth inning when there's two really crappy teams playing. But it's a different feeling when there's some money on it. Then same with football, basketball. Then you start watching the games, honestly, and you start seeing fouls, and you start seeing a lot of the games differently, and you start seeing stuff that normally a person who's just watching the game for fun wouldn't see in regards to bad beats and stuff like that. So I think the sports world and the adrenaline it gives you, it's different, man. It's a lot of fun.
I think you absolutely nailed it. I mean, what you did describe, that's like for most gamblers, like well, especially me, that's what I experienced, right?
Yeah.
Who wants to watch, University of Georgia Southern play against Arkansas State? No one really, but you put some money on that, and then the game gets real interesting.
Oh yeah, the MAC conference on Thursday nights is so much fun when you got money on it.
God.
When you don't, it's not. But when you do, it's fun. It's the best thing ever. Have you ever had what is like your craziest win or like the craziest streak you've ever been on, man?
Craziest streak is last year. I hit about I think it was 6 teasers, 4 parlays, and I think it was 12 straight bets, all against the spread, in a row in a 2-week span, and we just ran it up in NFL. It was just everything we touched hit, and then last year in the beginning of college ball, I think it was like some crazy thing where like 70% of the overs hit, and we just kept on pounding overs and then pounding the overs again at halftime, and we were just hitting everything and just usually I never double down it, but we were just doubling down, and it was hitting. Usually something I never recommend to do, but I mean when you start hitting it, and I'm sure you guys know, when you get hot, you get hot.
Oh, yeah.
And when you're cold, you get really cold.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, you're definitely right. And you keep saying we, man. You have a team of guys that are doing this, or how does that work?
Yeah, we got a good team. I have a couple buddies, about 5 buddies. We love sports, man. We all come from different sports, golf, football, basketball, baseball, you name it. We play it, played it at some point. So what we do is every morning we have a meeting. We look at the slate, whether it be today, soccer, baseball right now. We actually just hit a player prop with that homer. But yeah, we all meet in the morning, look at all the lines. Then what we do is everybody picks their games that they like, right? Then we let it go. We let the lines settle a little bit. And then later in the day, we come back and we reassess those picks and see how the lines moved again. And from there, we'll look at the lineups, we'll look at injuries, we'll look at weather, every single factor that a regular person wouldn't even think about looking into.
Right.
That's what we do as a team. And it's really a team effort, and it's a lot of fun. Sometimes we hate each other, but 99% of the time we love each other.
So you mentioned about how you see how the line moves and how it changes. Now, let's say you like a game, you like the point spread, you love it, and all of a sudden the point spread goes more in your favor. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It depends on the size of the bets coming in, to be perfectly honest with you. So there's, the regular people that put in bets, $50, $100 bets. But then there's the big people in the casinos and big bets that come in, the $100,000 bets, the $50,000 bets. And that's called sharp money, right? So sharp money is what really swings the lines. And when we look at sharp money bets, sometimes if you go on like Vegas Insider or whatever, you may see like 85% of picks are on and over, but only like 13% of sharp money, and the majority of the sharp money on the under. So that means there's something going on with the line, and you have to look past what regular people are doing, because sometimes regular people just, they're the favorite, they're going to win. Well, maybe there's something we don't know, like it's pouring rain and they're a running team, or it's pouring rain, they're a passing team, or their backup running back is out, but the starter has a tweaked ankle, so now they're on their third. So there's all these little factors that people don't really look into, because they just see that a team's a favorite, but a team being a favorite doesn't really mean they're always the better team.
True.
So how often would you say that you bet for value as opposed to like, actually thinking a team might win? Let's say today where, maybe the Dodgers are the better team, but value-wise, the Rays are a better bet. How often would you say you make those bets?
A lot of the time for football. It's a big decision when it comes to football. Today, like, for example, the Dodgers and Tampa, there is a lot of value in Tampa, but there's also a lot of value in the Dodgers. But there's more value in other bets like over-unders, first 5 innings. But, for example, for football, 2 weeks ago, we hit NC State. I think they were plus like 450. We looked at that line, and it just didn't make sense to us. The spread and the line just didn't make sense. Their quarterback, they have a really solid starting quarterback.
They do.
They have a really solid defense. They had a really solid team. And when you look at those games, it's just potential for upset. Same with the LSU game 2 weeks ago. You look at those lines. Yeah, against Missouri. LSU is horrible, and Missouri's like just as bad. But when you look at the teams, and you have to look at value as well. Like, if you see a team that's plus 1,300 against like a team that they could win, if you ever have that question where it's like, they could win, then you got to look at the value of the play.
Absolutely,
I like that.
Absolutely. That's smart, and a lot of people don't look at it that way. They just will see the other side of it, and that's how Vegas makes their money.
Of course. And we get sick because there's people that come to us that, we bought picks from a capper. They told us to bet on Boston Bruins minus 400. Like, what sense does that make? If they lose, man, you have so much money. You could take the other side plus whatever and bet not even a half. You can bet way less than half and still come out way on top.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's smart. And that's why people need services like yours, so that way especially for novices and things like that, where they're not entirely sure what they're doing. They're only asking their buddy on the weekends for, advice. That might be something to hit at those, especially those guys, who are beginners. They lose money quick, and then that's it. They're disheartened. They don't want to bet anymore, things like that. So
I have one more question. Real quick. If you could think back, I'm pretty sure you had a lot of, bad beats, right? What's one?
It still hurts you. It still hurts you to this day. Yeah.
That you're so confident, and then what the hell just happened?
You want to go way back. I got 2 for you. We can go way back, and we can talk about Aaron Rodgers' Hail Marys back in the day.
Oh, no.
We can also talk about 2 weeks ago, I think it was, Pitt, man. It was Pitt versus Boston College, or was that the missed field goal at the end of the game, I think it was? Man, that one killed us. That was just we studied that line so hard, and I was so confident in that play, and I think we hit the over in it, but we really wanted that game, and we thought we had it when it got to overtime, and I just don't understand how these guys miss chip shots. Like, it blows my mind, man. How many times, dude? How many times I've lost on a field goal or a missed extra point from like short distance? Like, come on.
If I'm not mistaken, that game was, correct me if I'm wrong, it was Pittsburgh -6.
Yep, Pittsburgh -6.
I took
So,
I took BC.
so you're telling me what happens there is, Pittsburgh makes that, then they get the ball back, they have momentum, they score again, they kick the field goal, they stop them, and then we walk away happy. Worst case scenario, it's a push, but I don't know. Early calls, man.
I get that, man. I get that. Those bad beats are there's, like I said, there's just always every bettor knows, and we have that experience where it's like, man, I still remember 4 years ago, damn Bills versus whatever, that stupid one play killed me. So, man, I feel you on that one. I feel you that one. But tell me, so we usually have a segment. We do our lock of the week and we do our underdog of the week. We haven't been doing so hot. Well, I should say Mandy hasn't been doing so hot.
I started hot and then pulled off real fast.
He hasn't been doing so hot, and it's a testament. He's not a professional, but we got a professional with us today. So what? So tell me, you're gonna do our lock of the week segment. What is your lock and what is your underdog? Why do you like them?
My lock of the week has to be Penn State. They're away -6. I know the home dog rule is in effect here, but Penn State, man, you got a top quality program. Haven't played football. This is their first week. They're going to come out firing. Good offensive team, pretty good defensive team as well. -6. They're getting super disrespected. Their players know the line, and they're going to make sure that they cover.
And they're ranked in the top 5 already, right?
I think they're just either 8.
Okay.
Believe they're number 8. I'll get you that exact number right now.
Yeah, and that's nuts to me for them to be not even giving up too many points. That's a touchdown.
If you're in the top 10 playing a unranked team and you're giving up one touchdown, you're either blowing the team out or they're blowing you out. There's no in between.
Agreed. So at least you know early whether or not you're going to win that one. So what's that? Go ahead.
That's one of those games where they come out firing. They're up 14-0 in the first 15 minutes. Or it's just going to be a slugfest.
Exactly. So if that's your lock, and this is a treat, people. This is usually a paid service that you're going to have to do, but you're getting this one on the house for being with the Next Man Up Sportscast. So go ahead and give me that dog this week.
The dog, when you're looking at the lines and you see Pittsburgh plus 1.5 right now, you take that and you don't look back.
Steelers, right?
Yeah, Steelers. Not Pitt Panthers. We don't like them here.
So why do you like Pittsburgh plus 1? I know obviously they're 5-0, Tennessee's 5-0. Why do you like the Steelers so much more in this matchup when it's only a 1-point spread?
1-point spread usually is placed in Vegas where the line can really go either way. Can't really make up their mind. Usually as a home team, you're going to get an automatic 3 points, so you're going to get a -6 right off the bat. So they think it's going to be a really close game. They're projecting probably a shootout towards the end of the game. Guessing a mid-scoring game, 21-24, going to come down to the last possession. Ben Roethlisberger comes out, how he's been playing, just solid Big Ben football. They're going to tear it up. Tennessee, to me, is a great team. I can't talk anything bad about them. They're 5-0. But they really haven't had a tough schedule. I mean, they played Denver, Jacksonville, Minnesota. They
Houston.
Barely beat. And then they destroyed the Bills, and they came back on Houston last week, but when they played the Bills, they won 16-42, and Josh Allen looked like I don't even know what he looked like. He just didn't look like Josh Allen.
Yeah, it was rough, and it was that Tuesday weird game. Titans had been off for a while. It was just a strange game.
Yeah, so that's one that I think is a missed line. Pittsburgh is definitely the play there. Better wide receiver core, in my opinion. Yes, Tennessee's a fantastic team, but this AFC matchup is going to go to Pittsburgh.
Like that.
All right. Yeah, so you got your lock of the week in we got Penn State -6. So obviously with the spread, go ahead and take Penn State. And then you got Pittsburgh Steelers with the 1.5 points to go ahead and probably win outright, I would assume, with the 1.5 points or lose by 1.
That's where you just take the money line there.
Yeah, exactly.
If they're going to win, they're going to win.
So what's your service called?
MZ Sports Picks.
MZ
Sports Picks. MZ. We were local in our area here, and we were working with a lot of people we know through referrals and stuff. Decided to turn to Instagram to see what we can do there, And our page in the past, like, I think 2 weeks, man, we've gone up in clients. We had our little client base here of about 100 people. And since we joined Instagram, we probably added another 200 clients.
Nice.
So it's been popping. We had a slow couple of weeks, past 2 weeks, nothing crazy, breaking even, up a little bit. 3 weeks ago, we had a massive week. Yesterday, we had a massive day. Looking to turn it on for the weekend.
Well, you got a client right here. I'll be signing up. I've been on a cold spell, so I need some help.
Got you guys. Man, it's been crazy. There's so many people that biggest mistake in this business is when people buy the day packages of like $25. It's like, in my opinion, you might as well not even buy it because you can't judge us off one day or sometimes even a week. But what we do is we won't charge you again for your following week if you don't profit on the first week. So we'll extend it until you profit. So we have spreadsheets of everybody we have. We keep track of their units, or our units rather, and then if they're up, they're up. If they're down, we'll keep them on until they get up. Usually if they're down, then keep them on for an extra day and then they get back up. But man, if you're on for a month, those guys profit a lot. But it's the guys that just do like a 3-day package. Like if we have one bad day out of the 3 days, they tell us we suck and never want to talk to us again. But I'm like, dude, that 4th day when we make it up, or for instance, there was a guy, one of my clients was like, man, you're slow right now. I'm like, bro, I'm like, did you bet any picks yesterday? He's like, no, I didn't want to put any of those in. I'm like, well, we were up 9 units yesterday.
Yeah. You got to stick with the program, man. That's how it works.
Yeah. You just put it in and close your eyes.
Yeah. 12-step program, man. You got to hit all 12 steps. Come on.
Exactly.
All right, Max. Say we appreciate you, man, joining us.
For sure. You guys take it easy.
All right, thanks, man.
I appreciate it. Man, hey, I don't know about you, but he sold me. I'm on it. I'm gonna sign up. I love that fact that he gave us 2 free picks. I mean, this is a paid service he gave us for free. It's big time. So he's trying to build his base, kind of how we're trying to build our base, and that's how small business work. We share off each other, right? We carry each other. It's all cool. So make sure you guys give him a follow. We're definitely gonna put his page on our IG. I'm gonna follow, and he probably got himself a customer, especially if these 2 games hit. I'm in.
Oh yeah, we're riding with my boy Max here.
Yeah.
So this week, the next segment, as you all have come accustomed to, is Rapid Fire. So sports trivia with Mandy and Chooch this week. Mandy was not unfortunately, we had to get him out of that lock this week. We just got to give him a breather. We're gonna work on that. We might actually collab on a lock of the week next week. We'll see.
I think we both are we both finished 2 and 3 in our locks, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna do something a little bit different. But this week on Rapid Fire, I'm gonna ask Mandy a couple of questions here that I don't think he'll get right. He's gonna fire back at me, and then we got a bonus round for you. And then we're gonna see in live time who is the better sports trivia maestro, at least for this week.
I mean, again, I'm the big brother, you're the little brother. I have compassion. I gave you softball questions. Let's see.
It's okay. I'm just that guy. So
next time we need to have a neutral person ask us questions.
I like that. Actually.
All right, here we go.
I like that. That might be something. I'll go ahead and ask first. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 3 active players, and then we're going to take 3 retired players, and then we're going to ask for the college.
Our favorite game.
And then we're going to get a bonus round, and I'll explain that in a little bit. But Mandy, first one. He's not necessarily on a roster, still technically active. Antonio Brown.
Ooh, Antonio Brown.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Pittsburgh. Oh, man.
Pittsburgh. Okay. All right, your turn. Go ahead.
Darrell Henderson.
Oh, he's on my list, too. So Darrell Henderson, I was going to ask you this, obviously, because you're a Rams fan. He went to Memphis.
Yeah.
He went to Memphis.
So
Boom.
I knew that without even looking it up, so, okay.
I actually knew it from the game last week, but yeah.
Okay.
Next, Larry Fitzgerald.
Oh, Pittsburgh.
Yes.
He's Pittsburgh.
Larry went to Pittsburgh.
He's Pittsburgh. So 2 or 3?
No. I'm 1-0. You're 1-1.
Okay. Oh, my bad. You're right. and Dominique Sue.
Nebraska.
Oh, that was good.
Nebraska. Woo! Oh yeah. I'm feeling good.
And
All right.
James Conner.
James. Oh, okay. This one. James Conner.
Five,
I feel like he went to a small school.
3, 2, 1.
West Virginia. I don't know.
Pittsburgh. Big game back on our show this week. Pittsburgh.
Hey, for real. Yeah, everything's Pittsburgh this week apparently.
Yeah. So where did
I need to get another active player here for you. Let me think about one you wouldn't know. Jalen Ramsey.
Florida State.
The State. All right. So
DBU.
Yeah, DBU. 2-3. Moving on to the first retired player, Randy Moss.
University of Marshall. Not the Barristers.
No.
Marshall. Herd.
A thundering herd.
Jerry Rice.
Shoot. Oh, he went to a small school, didn't he? Yeah. I'm not going to know this one. Dang.
4, 3, 2.
I'm going to say Tulsa.
No. And again, these I looked up. I did not look up. I already knew them. Mississippi Valley State.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have got that. That's hard. Deion Sanders.
Oh, DBU, baby. And you know what's funny? He's on my list too.
Florida State.
Florida State, yes.
Okay.
Wow. Terrell Owens.
Oh, dang. He went to a small school too, I think. Damn. T.O. Damn, these receivers really do go to those small schools.
4, 3.
I know this one. I don't know it. Cincinnati.
Tennessee, Chattanooga.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, Chattanooga.
I'll give you one for Deion Sanders.
Okay.
It's an easy one. Steve Young.
Tennessee? I don't know.
BYU.
Oh, BYU. I didn't know that one. Yeah.
I like the horror about this, man.
I'm a millennial. I know the ones that are playing. You know. Warren Sapp. The U,
baby.
So here's a random trivia for you. Do you know who beat Warren Sapp out for his DN position 2 years in a row, freshman and sophomore year?
Don't see The Rock.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Yeah, Dwayne The Rock Johnson did that. Yeah. Here's my celeb college question. Brock Lesnar.
Ooh. Oh, no. He played for the Vikings.
Played for the Vikings.
Oklahoma?
No. The former UFC champ and world heavyweight WWE champion of the world went to Minnesota. So he was actually a national title winning wrestler for the University of Minnesota Gophers.
Impressive.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. What's my celeb? What's your bonus question here?
Matthew McConaughey. Hey.
Oh man, it's probably had to be something in the South. Something.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll go LSU.
Texas, baby.
Oh, I don't know. I was gonna say Texas too, and I don't know why.
Wow, I kicked your butt this time.
Yeah, you did pretty good.
I thought I'd give you easy ones.
I know those old wide receivers. I always forget those tiny colleges that they went to. Yeah. Those are hard, you know. But so yeah, man, we did our rapid fire, and we had a really great guest. I was entertained. I learned a lot. Shout out to my guy Max again. Remember to go ahead and follow his Instagram page, MZ Sports Betting. We'll tag it on the stuff and everything. But really, what's your takeaway for the week, man? What has been on your mind that you want to get out to the people?
I think I mentioned this last time, and I want to bring it up again because I was talking about it with many people. Okay. Does LeBron James deserve a statue in the front of the Staples Center?
Man. Oh, man. Are you asking me or are you going to tell me why he does?
No, it's a rhetorical question. I'm going to answer. Okay. So just hush. Thank you. Okay. I'm speaking. If LeBron wins 2 championships, if he wins 3 championships in LA, which he can with AD by his side.
Absolutely.
I'm going to say if he wins 2. If he wins back-to-back, we're going to put a statue of LeBron. Of course, Kobe's coming first.
Absolutely.
The Kobe statue is coming first. And then, yes, if LeBron gets 2 championships, he's getting a
Statue.
statue. He's gonna get a statue at the Staples Center. Because why? Let's say he ends up winning 2 championships. I mean, that's half of what Kobe got, right? Kobe got 4, I believe.
Yes, Kobe got 5. He got,
right, he got
3 with Shaq, 2 with Powell.
Yeah, okay, LeBron's gonna get 2. But LeBron resurrected this Lakers organization. Let's face it. The Lakers were bad. You had Robert Sacre as your starting center. Okay, we had this other power forward white guy. Name was Ryans, or I don't know what the hell his name was. Right?
Tarek Black.
Yeah, Tory Black. It was Luol Deng. He was a big signing one year.
I remember that.
Look, LeBron James resurrected the Los Angeles Lakers back to relevance, right? And there's a video going around about how when he signed with the Lakers, all these ESPN commentators were saying how
he wanted to make movies. And
how LeBron's gonna win a Grammy before he wins a championship. LeBron's going to Hollywood.
Oh, they're eating crow right now.
Bro, LeBron brought the ship home, and he gets one more. Again, this is coming for the biggest LeBron hater. I hated LeBron.
I have facts. Yeah, I remember.
He resurrected this Lakers organization. Let's not deny it. He saved the Lakers back to relevance. This could have been a Clippers town. Let's not lie.
True, you could have had a generation growing up with Clipper championships.
My daughter almost became a Clipper fan. Swear to gosh, Chris, you're a big Chris Paul fan.
I am a big Chris Paul
fan. She had a Chris Paul shirt. Because you, a-hole. Okay? But if LeBron had come to LA, this becomes this becomes a Clipper town, and the Clippers probably win the championship this year. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, I know.
Thank you, LeBron. Thank you.
That was a pretty good takeaway. I'm not gonna lie to you. My takeaway is a little different. Yeah, it's pretty different. I'm just really excited, man. I think I'm so happy.
I'm gonna be a daddy, so I'm excited.
Well, that too. I wasn't even gonna talk about that, but I am. I'm super excited to be a dad. I found out I'm having a boy, so really gonna bring you the next man up.
Hey,
but
real quick. Circumcision or no circumcision?
Hey man, I'm not answering that right now. What the hell? But my takeaway is Matt, we're gonna see some Big Ten football this week. Oh my! I'm so happy. I am so excited, and let me tell you why. Not because Donald Trump says that he brought it back. All right, I promise you, it's not because of that. But I'm excited to see all these teams play, man. And really, I'm excited for the guys, for the kids that really get to come out and show, their talent level and get to show them this year, so that way they can get ready for the NFL draft if that's where it's taking them next year. Same thing for the Pac-12. Oh man, I'm pumped to see some Pac-12 football. To see my guy Chad Johnson Jr. coming out. To see our guy Stephon Wright. To see these guys tearing it up at ASU, I am beyond excited. And then, to have them back on the show after a big week that they might have or something like that. So I am beyond pumped to see some Pac-12 football come back, some Big Ten football come back. And you know what? To see some high school sports come back, man. I'm pumped. I'm excited. I'm ready for all of that stuff. Because sports has us feeling this sense of normalcy. And that's what we need right now. So I am really excited to see some Pac-12, to see some Big Ten, and really to bet on some Big Ten and some Pac-12 football, honestly. But that was our show this week. Those were our takeaways. And we'll catch you next week on the Next Man Up Sportscast.
Booyah!